Welcome back to Blackout, House of Bob's cyberpunk adventure set in the Vantal Megaplex and powered by the Sprawl RPG system.
Hi, I'm Cristina, and I'm playing Olivia Crow, who's on the run from MassCorp while trying to figure out who's friend and who's foe.
This is Shubert. I'll be playing Bunk, the cyberfunky audio junkie, hacking beats on the Vantal streets.
My name is Alex. I'll be playing Garrett, conspiracy theorist, wildcard, senior citizen.
I'm Dan. I'll be playing Tiz, the hard-nosed reporter, tracking down corruption no matter the cost.
And I'm Jake, your GM. If you want to support the show, check us out on Patreon, give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, or just tell your friends about us. Roll on. Last session, you were continuing your investigation of the axiom. In the park, you met axiom member Dandelion and gathered some information about meeting times and members. You also ran into Blunderbuss Bailey, who is volunteering at the kitchen and apparently dealing with withdrawal from whatever potent mix of stims they were on last time we saw them. Garrett tried to provoke Bailey at first, but backed out before things got too hairy. We, the audience, saw Dandelion facilitating deals for Octa Quinley, and the group decided to move on to the next suspect identified on the security footage, Lex. The group make their way to the garage where Lex was last seen. So Lex has just arrived to the garage in a small truck. She steps out of the truck's cab and starts walking towards the back when Tiss and Olivia approach.
Hey, are you Lex?
Excuse me? Who are you?
Hey, I'm Tiz. This is Olivia.
I'm just standing there looking tough.
Mm-hmm. And that's Garrett in the van. And this is where you put in the revving noises, Alex?
Oh, yeah.
Were you revving the van?
He revs the van and does a sup.
Or RV, sorry.
You mean that RV?
Yeah, the RV. Yeah, he revs the RV. That's
well, Garrett.
That's it.
Is that supposed to be intimidating?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
I finally speak up. Because that guy revving in the engine, he just bought a bunch of your debt.
What? I'm so confused.
I think you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I take out my phone and I pull out a picture of Lex. I'm like, and I hold it up against like Lex's head. I'm like, yeah, that definitely looks like Lex. Yeah.
What do you guys want?
We just got a couple questions for you.
Okay. Who are you with?
That's none of your concern.
That old guy, Garrett, I pointed at him.
You guys went different approaches on that
We're the
one?
muscle.
I sup and rev the engine again.
Nice.
Yeah. Anytime we reference you, you got to do that.
Okay, on
You have
it.
impeccable hearing.
Well, he's listening through the comms, obviously.
That's right.
Yeah, well, we have been looking for you because we happened to see you on a specific video on a specific day regarding, what's his name?
Henry Jericho?
Oh, yes, regarding Henry Jericho.
Yeah, you may recall this. And then I pull up the video and I show at least a still of the 4 people that were walking out that day from the movie theater.
So at this point, the passenger side of the truck opens up and you guys hear the door open and then slam and someone with heavy boots stomping along the concrete to the back side of the truck. And they peer around the corner and you see a woman with she's got 2 large knives strapped to either side of her hip is the first thing you notice. And they look over at Lex and Tiss and Olivia and they say, "Hey, Razor, what's going on here?"
Nothing. 2 knives. It's just these guys. They think I'm someone I'm clearly not. They think I'm someone named Lex. I don't know who that is. So I think maybe we should just head out. Razorface?
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
That's me. 2 knives?
Yeah, you could do that, or we could, inform the police about your involvement in a obvious murder.
Yeah, and the fact that we have let's see here, about 50% of your debt that you could earn back.
Oh, what's this? 51%, the majority? Wow.
Oh, well, shit. Seems like somebody would want to just answer a couple of questions to get that off the record.
Yeah. Who knows? That debt might just clear up real quick.
I think Lex just like laughs when you guys talk about the police, but when you talk about her debt, she's like, can I get some proof?
Why not? We bring up the paperwork on the old iPad 78.
Wow.
Yeah, Olivia's pretty old school like that.
Vintage.
I found it one day.
So tiny your birds brought it to you.
Yeah.
Razor, we don't have time for this.
Yeah, I agree. We should leave. I'm thinking maybe Lex would want to leave something with these guys so that they can like meet up later without the napalm harvest person knowing what they're doing.
What if I moved the RV and blocked in their truck?
I mean,
I think we're going to just meet up at a different location.
yeah, we left you in the vehicle for a reason.
Right.
He didn't leave the keys in the car.
He's been revving the engine the whole time.
Yeah,
with my mouth.
It's a remote.
He's hotwired your car before. Don't give him ideas.
Not successfully.
Okay, no, I got it. Don't escalate.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't escalate. I think we're okay with just playing it cool for now.
Okay, all right.
Sure. How do we think you would get that message across in a moment on the sly?
Do the old handshake with a card in it.
What if Lex just gave them a pamphlet from the Passing Angel Axiom and said, why don't you come to a meeting this coming Sunday?
Once Olivia picks up the pamphlet, she looks it over and sees a phone number listed on the back underneath Razor's name.
Mhm.
You know what? I think we can do this.
Sounds
All right.
good. We'll see you there.
I'll see you at the church meeting.
Mhm.
I am looking forward to
I'm
meeting
sure.
new members.
I'm sure we're all looking forward to talking about the church or whatever. Starts walking away.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Honestly, Razor, that's how I feel about it too.
The youth.
Is Lex actually still involved in the... We never really got a background on what Lex has been up to.
Like, we couldn't find out a lot about her.
No, but for Lex and for the audience, I guess. Lex, since the day of your initiation, the Axiom has continued to give you simple tasks, many of which involve collecting or transporting goods and materials, using your contacts and napalm harvest to move them safely and secretly through Puget Sound. You've had to be careful and secretive as other gangs and troublemakers would jump at the opportunity to secure the valuable cargo. In return, you've been promoted to a first-level Opal Adjutant, putting you in charge of a small group of acolytes who protect you from danger and assist you in your logistical duties. So on and so forth.
All right. So I don't know if we want to wait or do we want to have like a setup maybe before we go meet up again?
Well, I think the meetup was kind of a fake thing and we're just going to call and...
Right.
And
But I'm
talk.
saying, do we want to be prepared for whatever?
Yeah, you arranged a time to meet with Lex. I think Christina's just asking if there's anything you want to do before then.
Yeah.
No, I think I just want to talk to Lex.
Sure.
All right. Garrett, stay in the van.
well, we can just phone Lex from the van.
We could call it Lookout.
Yeah, you're
Keep
doing a
lookout.
lookout, Garrett. You keep lookout on the liar bird, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, Garrett with his great eyes.
He's got glasses. It's fine. He remembered his
Yeah.
glasses today.
Quip wants to hear all about the Blue Angels. Tell him about it. And then we
Oh.
walk away.
Yeah, Garrett just goes off about like what he's heard on Burn most recently and bought you like a good 20 minutes.
This might be a mistake because
Yeah, we're all
just
gonna
going to
pay for
repeat it
this
later. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not paying attention for the next 20 minutes for sure. And he's going to be really worked up
Perfect.
when he's done talking about it. But yes, we'll check back with you.
That's fine.
Keep lookout. Poorly.
So, Lex, you've made this arrangement to meet with these individuals who seem to know a little more about you and your past than you might hope. Are you taking any particular steps before you go to this meeting? And do you want to meet in a particular spot?
Yeah. Lex's backstory is basically like she grew up in like gang territory. Her whole family is like in gangs, and like that's basically all she knows. So her thinking here is that she's going to get these guys a meeting with her and then get a bunch of her gang friends to probably beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, that's exactly why I thought we should do something beforehand.
To deter them.
Too late now.
Yeah.
Looking me up any further.
Sounds good.
I don't think
Great.
I'd go as far as like get them to kill them.
But you never know what happens.
I'll remind everybody that the attributes that we rolled for Napalm Harvest were knife-wielding cyborgs.
Oh, yes.
I don't think they usually do beat up. But they could probably figure something out.
A light stabbing.
They use the backside of their swords.
We're going to get beat up now.
Okay, cool. Where do we want to do this? Where's this going down?
Somewhere public now.
Yeah. I think I always wanted to be somewhere like in a park or somewhere like that.
The old banyan tree.
Yeah, that seems to be the best place to get information, apparently.
I mean, I think it's probably Lex that's choosing the location. She's inviting you guys to come see her. So.
Mm-hmm. I think it might be at one of the places where the Passing Angel Axiom meets up. Like in the parking lot, like of a community center building.
Okay.
Oh my God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I think it's probably not like the main chapel where the Axiom meets, but exactly a community center where they host some recruiting events or that kind of thing.
And I guess what I'm imagining is somewhere it actually has really, really bright lights and the building has obvious security cameras. So it actually looks pretty safe as far as things go, but there's like nobody there.
Yeah, I think it's an off day. No events or anything happening today. But yeah, it looks like when this facility is actually used throughout the week, that there's a decent amount of security and it's a fairly obvious, building with, like you said, the big lights and that kind of thing. So it might appear like a neutral, safe meeting zone, but we'll see what happens. Shubert, if it's okay, I'll have you set the scene then. These guys are rolling up to the community center. What do they see?
It's like a big, flat, open parking lot. It's only got like a couple of those kind of small barricades that like electricity comes out of. And there's some light poles that are making the area so bright that it's like practically daylight in this area. Building is like a brutalist structure. Just a flat, square, big building covered in security cameras and not many windows. Probably can't see any windows. That's what you see. Big open parking lot, big flat building.
Olivia? Tiss? Maybe Garrett?
I mean, we drive into the parking lot, I guess. Getting ready to get beat up. Obliviously.
Yeah, we should be a little prepared.
Oh, it's almost like I asked that earlier. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I literally asked that. And then you specifically said, no, let's just go.
I've changed my mind.
Okay, let's go back in time.
Yeah, so you turn away from the community center and drive back.
No, like, I assume the meeting's like a day or so away or something. Or is it the same night? Same
We're
night?
literally just at the scene.
Okay.
Yeah, you're here, but I think like you might have done something to prepare before this.
We'll be spending your gear and intel in flashbacks to show what preparation you did for this.
Yeah.
Garrett pats his pockets down. He's got everything he left the house with. He's ready.
He's got wallet, keys, phone.
He's ready.
All I have is my taser gun, basically.
That's all you ever have.
Yeah, so that's all I'm going to stick with, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think you're necessarily expecting a fight either.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure the dash cam on our RV is set up, though. And I'm going to have it pointed at where we're meeting.
I think I'm
Smart.
going to send Jack ahead, though, a little bit. Just to see if he can actually scout ahead a bit and see if it actually is all clear for us.
Well, why don't you guys do an assess check then?
Can we say that I'm getting assistance at all from anyone?
You can still assist, I think, because you're doing your own scouting, right?
Okay. So I got an 11 on my link with Olivia.
8 plus 1 edge for Olivia. So with plus 1 is 10.
On a 10 plus, you gain 3 hold, and you can ask up to 3 questions. What potential complications do I need to be wary of? What do I notice despite an effort to conceal it? How is blank vulnerable to be? How can I avoid trouble or hide here? What is my best way in, way out, way past? Where can I gain the most advantage? Who or what is my biggest threat? And who or what is in control here?
Okay, so for sure, I want to be what is concealed. What was it?
What do I notice despite an effort to conceal it?
Yes, thank you.
Through one of the upper windows, the bird is flying up above and has a better vantage point of some of the upper levels of the community center.
Mm-hmm.
They see just the glint of metal on the inside. Someone is there on the inside of the building. And you see a few more silhouettes than just one.
And I get a few caws back to like count it back to me. Yeah.
1 caw for every silhouette.
Sounds good. And then what's our best way in, best way out?
Which one of those? In or out?
I think our way
Out.
in is very simple. So yeah, our way out.
Let's say maybe on the... You guys are parked out in the front of the community center, and there's an underground like parking facility right nearby there. You've scouted that place out ahead of time, and you know that there's a way to kind of go through the back of the parking lot that wouldn't be obvious to, someone else.
Okay, perfect. And then I might just hold on to that last question.
Okay. As Jack lands on the top of the community center building and gives out a few caws for counting the silhouettes, and you walk up towards the front door, and Lex, I imagine you probably pop out and greet them.
Initially, I was imagining that I basically just sent my goons and I was waiting back in the building.
Okay.
Watching them like through a body cam that one of them is wearing.
Yeah, that sounds good. So Olivia and Tiss walk up to the entrance and hoping to see Lex. Instead, they see a man open the door. He has 2 cybernetic legs that look very sleek and quick. And he cracks the door open a bit and says, "What are you guys looking for?"
We're here to see Razorface.
Yeah, we have a meeting with her.
That's interesting. I have a razor that I'm introducing to your face. And he jumps out at you.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're going with that.
Just see Lex
Real Lex.
shaking her head.
Could have gone a lot
Like,
easier.
Terrible. I told you to invite them in and then ambush them, you idiot.
Yeah, so we just shut the door. And try to hold the door closed.
Yeah, he opened it up a crack, so now he has to like fling the door open.
Yeah, he's not the smartest.
I mean, he flings it open as he is giving out his excellent one-liner.
All right, Garrett, activate the RV turret.
He's still busy talking to Quip still.
Either Olivia or Tiss, whoever was at the front door, if you want to try to hold the door closed on him, that'd be like act under pressure, probably.
Sure, I'll try. Do you want to aid me?
Yes, I can aid you. 7?
10 total.
This guy's got sweet legs, but very weak arms.
You guys were expecting that things might not go as planned, seeing these extra bodies, so you guys are ready for when this man tries to jump at you. And you manage to just pull the door shut. And
He looks like such a loser. I got 2 razors for your face.
You are actively kind of pulling the door closed as you hear him struggle against the door. And then you hear him shout from inside, and from a side door on the other side of the building, you hear that open up, and you see 2 knife-wielding cyborgs
As they are, yes.
pop out and start charging at you.
All right.
So they're outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Garrett, I'm going to give you permission to run them down with the RV.
Okay, so do you like radio me on the comms? Because I'm definitely not noticing. I'm arguing with the bird about Bird Nightly.
The bird actually, I make it listen to a lot of liberal radio just to argue with it.
So Garrett's really worked
It just
up then.
yes, they can speak somewhat, can't they?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
Speaks
just
a lot.
repeats what it said. So it can't
Exactly, it just-
actually like make any arguments, but Garrett wouldn't know the difference.
The bird is slightly programmable, so
Yeah. Yeah, so
Okay.
I yell in Garrett's comms, be like,
Hey, Garrett, stop arguing with the bird. We're going to need your driving skills. Hey, Garrett, these guys believe in angels. Run them over.
Okay, he starts at the car and he backs up and starts driving towards these knife-wielding cyborgs.
yeah, don't need to tell Garrett twice.
So I think it's going to be up to Garrett whether you guys can make this plan and get him to you fast enough. Because these guys are trying to close into melee with you and Olivia, or Tiss and Olivia. And you
Huh.
probably don't want to get run over when that's happening.
that's true.
We could just be in front of them and Garrett could come behind, so as long as we're at least keeping pace with them chasing us.
You really want to leave that to a die roll?
I think
Come on! Leave it to a die roll!
I'll fire once and then start running.
Well, this is what I was thinking.
Mhm.
After we order Garrett to come do a rundown, I guess, actually, I'm going to push the door open on that guy because I don't think he'll be expecting on it so we can get into the building.
Oh. And then we'll only have one person to deal with.
He's still pulling on it. And then as soon as like that happens, I'm just going to shove it right open on him. So hopefully maybe he
Gotcha.
also falls over a bit.
I like that.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think it's probably meet for Olivia and act under pressure for Garrett.
And I'm going to assist Olivia and I'm going to push the door as well.
Yeah.
I got a 12, so I aid.
Ooh. We don't do it. I got a 5.
And I got a 7.
So let's start with Garrett. You are a little too far away to get there in time, but you are able to kind of just herd the two gangers away from the front door.
Thinkingers.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Do I have the option to instead request that it works, but I get a hard choice or an ugly choice?
If you can make a really intriguing hard choice.
You're going to smash their car.
If there's an interesting enough choice, then sure, but...
And it
Okay.
can't be destroying Good Luck Gary.
Oh. Okay. Never mind.
Because that's not your vehicle.
Oh, I've never experienced that.
Why couldn't we just have Bunk as the driver?
Because we
That's
said
what I
Garrett.
said.
My plan was that I wanted to successfully run these guys down, and
Yeah, but what's the hard choice going to be then?
that it was going to destroy the RV because I was going to hit the building.
So
and,
you
and
killed them
sandwich
though, because you're driving
yeah.
them like probably into the wall.
Yeah, squish them, but crush the front of the RV in the process. But if that's not an option,
Let's
then
just
I
fail
can,
and go
I can
with
try
it.
to herd them.
It wasn't a total fail. You weren't able to annihilate these guys, but you were able to get in between them and Olivia and Tiss.
Okay.
See, that's much better. I'm
Well,
happy you didn't
maybe-
murder people.
Don't say that.
It's particularly good because Olivia and Tiss were not able to bust down the door, right? So they would
Right.
have been trapped in between two sets of knife-wielding cyborgs.
I'm confused
Right.
though. We were holding the door closed, but we can't get the door open now.
You try to push it open,
Oh, now he's switched. The tables have turned.
or I mean, you get in, but you get knifed, right?
I think that makes more sense. Because like I really think he was pulling on it. So if we pushed it open,
You guys choose.
Yeah, we'll take the knife.
I think we get in and one of us gets knifed.
Wow. Take your knife.
How much is it going to stab
Yeah, this
me
is like
for?
initiation for this gang. So
And actually, this wasn't even a 7 and 9. This was a fail, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah.
was
Yeah.
a fail.
You suddenly switch to pushing on the door. Who's in front? Who did the roll? It was Olivia, right?
Yes.
Yep. So, and Olivia changes momentum, smashes into the door, and topples forward right into this guy. In the process, kind of sprawling down onto the ground.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Olivia is prone,
Prone with the guy like on top of me, basically.
Yeah. and before you have a chance to get up, he kind of kneels down with these legs and leaps at you, pulling out one of these knives, gets you right in the back.
Ow,
Oh.
my back.
I think normally it would have been too hard, but yeah, it is a failure, so let's call it 3.
Okay.
Oh, man.
You were down, and he was able to get right into a good spot.
Yeah. I still have my discreet armor, so I get take 2.
Yeah.
Rolled a 5.
That's +2.
Yeah.
So on a 7 to 9, the MC chooses 1. You lose your footing. You lose your grip on whatever you're holding. You lose track of someone or something you're attending to. Someone gets the drop on you. Someone's already got the drop
Yeah.
on you. So do you have a weapon out? or
No,
on you?
because we were busy holding the door.
What weapon do you normally have on you?
I normally have my holdout pistol.
As you fall, you were reaching for your gun to try to turn the situation around, and you land on the ground and it clatters away, spinning on the floor and going underneath a cabinet.
And I'm like, already?
So Tis and Olivia, that's the situation. There's still just the one guy in here who is right on top of Olivia right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that there's those other two outside. There might be more inside as well.
All right. I whip out my stun gun and I attempt to shoot the guy on top of Olivia.
Okay, mix it up then.
I got a 9.
So on a 9, you choose 2. Either you make too much noise, you take harm, an ally takes harm, or something of value breaks.
Okay, I'll take harm. What's our clock at right now?
Just 1 on the action clock so far.
Okay, I'll bump that up.
Tis, you pull out your stun gun and you start blasting at this guy who gets up off of Olivia and starts charging towards you. He just gets a knife in on you before you're able to land another stun gun blast, and he crumples to the ground in front of you.
Can I say I, knock out the power to his legs or something? Since he
Sure.
has bio legs?
Bio legs? No, we have bio legs.
He's got cyber legs.
Non-bio. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets up to you and puts a knife in your side, but you're able to, in that moment when he's up against you, you put the stun gun right up against the joint of the cyber leg, and you see the shock kind of ripple up and down through the cyber leg, and it burns out, and he collapses to the ground.
Ha-ha!
Haha.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, me too, I say as I scramble to go grab my gun from under the thing.
How much harm did I take?
2 harm.
2 harm. Okay, I had armor, so I take 1.
Yep. And you will have to make the harm roll as well.
Snake eyes.
Wow.
2.
As low as it goes. The knife mostly got caught in your armor there, so you're not put out any further.
Okay, cool.
And so these other 2 guys, are they running away, or are they just on the other side of the
so
truck?
now that you've blocked off their main route there, they're going back around the side, or at least trying to go back around the side of the building to get back inside.
So there's presumably another entrance somewhere around the other side. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
they came
Yeah.
out through it.
Would I be able to back up and do a 2-point turn and chase back down after them?
I think that they're going in through the side door, which is probably in an alley.
So I've missed my chances, or I can't fit.
The RV is big, right? It's not going to fit into the side entrance that
Okay.
they're running down.
Could I feasibly fire my pistol off at them while they're running away?
You can feasibly fire your pistol however much you want. Yes.
It's going to make a lot of noise.
I feel like we've made a lot of noise already here.
Yeah, kind
Guns going off, and
That's always what you say right before you make more noise.
Yeah, to be fair, no one's shot any guns yet, actually.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I say it, because I'm about to make more noise.
Is Bunk actually with us?
No, I think he was on his bike, ready to help you guys at a distance, maybe.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I think he could easily just be at your guys' hangout doing research.
I think Bunk is available via cybercoms.
Sure. Sounds good.
And he has a bike, so he can always get over to a place quickly.
He's having a snack, and he'll be available
Yeah,
when we need
he's
him.
having some toast and jam.
He's at Kale Town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Killtown's so far away.
No, they opened up a new franchise. It's around the corner.
It's Kale to go.
Can I spend my intel on that?
So
Garrett, stop trying to spend your shit on useless shit.
Garrett, you've tried to pull it around the side of the building where the 2 Napalm Harvest members ran off, but it's right up against the wall of the next building, and you're not able to fit through. So you throw open the door and start firing after the 2 gangers. Mix it up.
9.
7 to 9, you choose 2. You make too much noise. Take harm as established by the fiction. An ally takes harm as established by the fiction. Something of value breaks.
I choose 2.
Yep.
Okay. I make a lot of noise, obviously.
I think so, yeah.
And then...
Swear to God, Garrett, if you break that RV.
I was thinking I was going to
He forgot to roll down the window, so he
You
just
should hurt
fired.
your thumb while you're firing your pistol.
That's what I was going to say, is I broke the window of the van.
No!
What, because I shot
You
through it
should
rather
break your
than...
hand. Firing the gun. It's
I'm-
so old and senile.
Our
It could be-
RV was bound to get bullet holes in it eventually. Why not
Yeah,
ours
it's
first?
never going to stay pristine in our line of work.
I mean, if you're doing damage to the van, it has to be significant damage. It can't just be
A window.
You broke a window, because we're not going to spend cred fixing that. Right?
One of them throws their knife back at me, and it flattens one of the tires, and it's stuck there until we come by with a new tire.
Oh,
That feels more severe than a window getting busted
Now
out.
we don't have a getaway. Why are you doing this? Just hurt yourself.
Just break your hand.
I'm just spitballing.
It could be something too, like just you run out of ammo, you run out of ammunition. I mean, I like the tire idea.
I don't think he wants that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not my choice, so.
Ugh.
I mean, you can drive on a flat tire. It just fucks up the car real bad, and we'll have to pay for that later.
The axle.
The tire gets fucked up. Let's do it.
Let's say that. You guys are going to have a -1 on driving checks later.
Okay,
right?
Okay. So I assume I hit them then.
Big success, so I think you got one of them as
Okay.
they were running through. You get a shot right in their back, and they fall flat forward onto the ground, and the second one runs into the side entrance.
Okay. I will just very quickly check the pockets of the one that I hit, and then take a breath to figure out what to do.
Sure.
Do I find anything good in their pockets?
What are you trying to find?
I don't know. Key cards?
A scratch card. Winning lottery ticket.
A knife?
A comms unit, you know.
Can I just take a gear for later?
Sure.
I'm going to go up to that guy that we just knocked out.
Yep.
You said that he had a body cam on him, right?
I did say that the one guy had a body cam on him so that Lex could kind of see what they're doing and communicate with them.
So what I would like to do is take that body cam and contact Bunk and have him walk me through how to fucking reverse GPS this thing.
Well, I don't know. Where did we never saw
We
Lex?
don't know that
No?
she's there. She said she was going to be there, but so far we're just being jumped by people.
Yeah. That's easy.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. We'll call it a synth roll.
Okay.
And Bunk can assist.
I got a 10.
Nice. Okay, that's good. I got an 8, so +1, so 9.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to kind of find the general area of where this camera is transmitting back to. It's a partial success, so it's not like you get a room, but you know that it is in this building.
That's
It's
at
where-
least helpful to know she's there.
Yeah, it's the right, the IP address or whatever for this building. And it is, you're getting active signals between the two sources, so you know that they're currently using it. And then the remaining ganger busts in from the side door, sees their buddy on the ground, pulls out a set of knives from their side and starts charging.
Can Lex come in and stop it at this moment?
Oh, yeah, if they want to, yeah.
Yeah, I think this
She's
might
been
be a good
found
time.
Sure. So Doom Limbs is charging at Tiss, and then a door further into the community center opens up, and Lex steps out and take it away.
This has gotten a little out of hand since Garrett has killed one of them, and Lex didn't want anybody to get murdered.
You started this shit.
I just finished
Yeah,
it.
she just wanted to beat some people up. So
In her mind, it would be just a friendly beat up that would have happened.
but she still has one guy left alive, basically, and he might not be for much longer. So she's thinking she can still use him as leverage, possibly, to at least get out of here alive, maybe.
We don't even want to kill you.
But she doesn't know that. She has
I
no
know, just
idea
let
what
us-
you want.
Let us talk to you.
There's no evidence that you guys ever want anybody alive.
She doesn't
Especially
know
after we
that,
kill
though.
people.
Well, in this case, it was in self-defense.
So she slams the door open and she's like, "What do you guys want with me?"
We want to talk to you.
Okay, talk.
Okay,
I'm all ears.
great. Can we at least do this outside of this building?
I think we're good right here.
Because I'm not comfortable inside of here.
Are we doing like Mexican standoff where we all have our weapons pointed at each other?
Yeah, I think when she comes in, she's not pointing it at you, but she has like a submachine gun.
Oh my god.
It's a submachine.
Yeah, just
Okay.
a cute little Uzi.
Let's just be real here. We want to trade info that you have about a certain night, about Jericho, and we will give you 51% of your debt paid off. That's all we wanted to do from the beginning.
What do you want to know?
Who hired you to kill Jericho? We want a name.
So all you want is a name, and then you'll pay 51%?
You got it.
I don't know if Garrett agreed to this.
He's outside.
Yeah, I was going to ask if Garrett has moved into the community center or...
We also have the paperwork, so
I mean, we could also just be lying.
True.
I'm not, but
Well, you already have paid 51%.
yeah.
you've already bought it.
And you showed her proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We own the 51%, but whether
Mhm.
we give it to her. That's
So I just
Right.
want to know, Garrett, are you in there as well, or are you still outside?
No, I burst in the door.
Don't give that money away.
I shake it down. And I say, no, we don't just want to know who hired you. We want to know everything. Also, what day was it? And how was the weather?
We know what
and...
day it was.
We know what day it was.
Oh, okay. Well, how was the weather? And what did you have for breakfast that day? And who else were you with? And are you still working for them?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one.
God, you guys, you got terrible bargaining skills.
At least
No.
I'm not completely insane.
You're not completely insane.
Maybe completely insane enough to just like start shooting people, even though we already de-escalated the situation.
You were the one that shot first. We
You stabbed us first.
Yeah, we did get stabbed first.
yeah, well, they do like to stab people.
So unfortunately, we didn't bring knives because we didn't know it was a stab fight. We only had our guns.
Yeah,
Well-
don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Haven't you ever heard that? That's an ancient saying.
Yeah. So we want a name. We want to
Yeah.
know, are you still working for them?
Okay. I can give that to you guys, I think. How about in return, all of my debt paid off?
No, we didn't buy it all.
One, we didn't buy it all. Two, that's way too much money.
Yeah, you know how much debt you're in. This is more than
Yeah.
fair.
You're getting a lot off that you wouldn't have had before.
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty comfortable in the position I'm in.
Are you? As we look at like the dead bodies strewn around.
There's that and the fact that we can take this to the debt collectors, I say in a very ominous voice. I want a little reverb on that after I say it. We know that debt collecting in this world is real bad.
Yeah, it's true.
Can I do some monstering?
What's
yeah,
that?
what's monstering?
I never do it.
Monstering would be kind of forcing information out of them.
It's rolling
okay.
against like an NPC, basically.
What's the difference between monstering and playing hardball?
Well, playing hardball is a physical threat. Well,
Right.
actually, I don't think it necessarily has to be physical, but it is a threat that you will go through on. Monstering is one of the reporter's abilities that lets
Yeah, it says
him-
when I corner someone and hound them with questions to get to the bottom of a story.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, go for it then.
I got a 9. So you're going to give me enough info to get me off your back. And then when they're safe, they choose one. They respond with fear, they respond with anger, or they respond with clinical calm. That's interesting.
Weird.
Ultimately, what it means is you're going to give up something in order
Yeah.
to de-escalate this situation.
If it comes
Okay.
down to it, we want a name.
Yeah. I think I can do that. I'll choose the third option there. She's like clinically calm. She tells her buddy to put away his knives.
He reluctantly holsters them.
Lex is just like, the person who hired me is named Octa Quinley. I work for the Passing Angel Axiom.
All right. I think it's time we take our leave, you guys.
Yeah. You'll get your paperwork in the mail.
4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, do we make it out to Razorface or
Yeah. It has to be notarized. So.
Lex operating as Razorface. It's a trade name.
Yeah, if you could wire that to me immediately, that would be most appreciated.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Garrett's like swearing up and down, I assume.
Oh, he's not happy. He wanted to know more, but we got what we came for.
As they're leaving, they could hear a burst machine gun shot.
Ooh.
At us?
No, it's just Lex taking out the only person who could tell on her.
Oh.
Shit. You were like, no, don't kill anyone else.
Those guys weren't in the Axiom, were they?
I know, but it's
She's
just,
paranoid
just the
as
risk.
AF.
Oh,
Wow.
dang.
Yeah, you guys walk out the front door and you hear that shot in the background. But I mean, kind of business is business in this business.
Wow. Business?
That's a saying. You guys start walking out of the community center with a little more information. You have basically the next rung up on the passing angel axiom, this woman named Octa Quinley. Certainly Garrett would recognize the name. She was the one interviewed by Bernie on that Burn Nightly episode.
That's right.
And you start walking back towards the RV when you see from where the flat tire was, they were bent over and looking at the flat, and they go back up to their full height, and you see Bailey waiting there for you.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
God damn. You know how to change a tire?
Yeah.
They look at you and they do a bunch of hand signs that nobody understands.
No.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Oh, boy.
Thank you for listening to the House of Bob. If you enjoyed the show, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts. Helps other people find the show and we can grow our little community. You can always talk to us on social media as well. We're at the House of Bob on most platforms. We also have a Discord server. You can find the link to that in the show notes or on the website. 2 quick announcements for you. We're participating in Virtual Canzine this month. This is actually the last day for Canzine. This is coming out on October 26th. So go to canzine.ca, check it out, and there's lots of awesome zines available at the event. And we have all of our RPG zines for sale there. Additionally, Cristina, fan favorite House of Bob member, has been selling her resin art, and it is now available online. You can find it at Playful Resin Labs on Etsy or Instagram. And there's some really cool stuff there. You should check it out. Thanks to our Patreon supporters, Volt, Tom Wesley, Mike, Scooter Emerson, Robert, Ray Kearney, Luke Conroy, Kieran Duffy, Keith Haddad, Josh Jordan, Jessica, and Blackout12. Artwork was by Sean at Sean Makes. Audio production was by Alex of Astronomic Audio. And our music was by John Julius, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution. Thank you very much for listening to the show. Have a good day and roll on. Rip that fat outro.